down the customization. So if you are only interested in the vinyl work, skip ahead to that part of the video. But if you want to see the tune and the vinyl work, stick around from this point forward. So going ahead into the tuning, first off, we're going to break down the suspension. So in the front, we have the Baja style independent suspension, and the tune is going to be as follows. Axis width is going to be 0.06. Damping is going to be 30. 196 or essentially 3200. I have found that that gives us a really nice balance on this truck. Shocks are going to be 1. 'Shock size is going to be 1.6. I found that that was the size that looked the best for this build, but again, that is all up to your own interpretation, so if you want to go bigger or smaller, you totally can. Stiffness on the front is going to be 28,494, so essentially 28.5, and travel is going to be maxed out at 0.50. Now, moving over to the rear, this is, of course, a dually setup, and this is a solid axle Pro in the back. Now, axis width here is going to be also 0.06. Damping in the rear is 3205. 5, essentially, once again, 3200. Rear steering is going to be none, 0.00. Shocks-wise, again, we're going to go for shock 1 because I wanted the independent reservoirs. Then we're going to move on to the shock size, and it's once again 1.6 because I found that 1.6 looked like a very realistic size to me. It does clip through the inner dually, but there wasn't really much I could do about that. It was either I was going to sacrifice the wheel offset that I wanted and go way wider than I liked, or I was going to, you know, have the shock clipping through the tire, and you don't really see it from this angle super often, so that was a sacrifice that I was willing to make. Now, stiffness-wise, in the back, we are on 22,758, so essentially essentially 22,700. You could either round that up or down to the nearest 10. It wouldn't really matter all that much. Travel-wise, we are 0.55 in the back, and then brake type, we are type 0, and then axle type, we are type 0. Now, moving ahead once again, just so y'all can see how that setup performs and where it is right. Right now, I'm going to give y'all a drop test. And the game froze. Lovely. I love it when it does that. We're going to give y'all one more drop test. And it's pretty dang support about this is especially watching the fact that it can tow. I mean, the rear, so I'll show y'all what it makes on the dyno. And let's see what it does.
Just got an online offer on my car from CarMax. It's 100% real and good for 7 days.
Cool.
It's probably because I just won my 4th championship.
Well, I'm getting an online offer on my car, too.
Greetings, summoners. With the coming of Raid's 4th anniversary, we remember
705 horsepower and 1186 foot-pounds of torque. Pretty standard, pretty average. Oh, we've got second gear at pretty average for a fully built diesel in Off-Road Outlaws. But again, I wanted to make sure that y'all were able to see those numbers. Now, gear tuning. We got first gear sitting at 3.0. We've got second gear at 1.4. We've got third gear at 0.9, fourth gear at 0.7, and fifth gear at 0.6. This is, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know right now, the gearing setup on this thing is a setup I'm experimenting with. They're very long. They're a lot more designed for top speed than they are for towing. So if you're expecting this to be a good towing setup, don't expect it to be a to tow. Now, wheels and tires wise, the wheel and tires setup, I spent a lot of time getting it to where I wanted it because I wanted it to look realistic, but I also wanted it to fit the purposes that I was going to use the truck for. So rim size or wheel size is going to be 1.4. Wheel radius is going to be 1. .1, and then wheel width in the front is going to be 1. 0.3. Now in the back, the rim size and the wheel radius are going to be exactly the same, but the wheel width is also going to be, 1.3. I guess I forgot that it wasn't the same size. In the back. Normally it's not on my dually builds, but it is apparently on this one. So now that we've gone over all of that stuff, let's go back now and let's go into the customization. But I do want to go ahead and show y'all real quick that again, when it comes to going into the customization, body-wise, we didn't do all that much because I did do the tow mirrors because I definitely wanted those. And then obviously I have the dually fenders, but other than that, the body is fairly stock because I wanted to keep the stock front bumper and the stock rear bumper and on the bumper. Now, it's got something to do with the way, moving on ahead into the decals. This is where things get properly in depth. So, the TC Customs logo on the side, that can be, you can use the TC Customs logo or you can use your own garage, but it is 3D. So essentially what we did was we did the black layer and then we also did the gray layer underneath it and then we offset the black layer a little bit 3D. They start crash your game, especially in the design editor, so do keep that in mind. The GMC logo, I went ahead and put that right there on the front grille. And now we're going to talk about how these light bars work. So essentially what they are is they are these little, essentially, rectangle logo, but they are a quick, easy, simple way to give your truck realistic-ish looking light bars and auxiliary lights in the front end, especially in the bumpers and the grille. This works on any truck that allows you to paint the bumpers and grille, but this truck allows you to do it a little bit more than some of the other trucks in the game, so do keep that in mind. Now, on the other side, what I did was I did not mirror these logos. Instead, I copied them, and I copied them and dragged them around to the other side. And then right here, I did a reverse 3D where I did the black text on top, the gray text behind, and then offset the black text a little bit to the side. Then, of course, you have the Duramax and Allison transmission logos. Right there on the side of the truck. Now, the gas door right here, rather the fuel door. Door, because this is a diesel, not a gas-powered rig, because if I don't say that, someone in the comments is going to be like, you called it a gas door. It's not a gas door on a diesel truck. It's a fuel door. And I'm like, I know this. Now, obviously, that's really, really simple. All you got to do is do a black circle, and then you literally take the letter U, you rotate it on its side, and then you kind of just stick it right there in the corner center of the circle, and that essentially is the little it's basically like a thumb hole, essentially, in the fuel door that you can just pull when you pop the fuel door open. Now, on the rear, we did a oversized BMC logo on the